Hi, I'm Allison Pryor and I teach acrylic paintings for beginners and all levels. And today I'm going to show you how to paint this beautiful landscape with a hidden little cabin by itself. And I'm going to show you how to do all the techniques to do this beautiful painting today. So let's get started. Paints that were sent to me and by Salvador. They're Salvador paints. And they asked me to try them out. They didn't ask me to put them on YouTube. That was my choice. So they're not sponsoring me in any other way, only that they sent me the paints to try them out. And so I said I'd love to try them out. So I'm going to do a painting with these paints today. Now I have a lot of these paints, so I'm not going to be able to use them all, but we'll be able to tell by the few that I do use that how good they are and how, and how nice the colors are. So let's get started. Look at these gorgeous colors. I got carried away, but I want to try them all. I'm going to try and add those now to my painting that we do today. And you will be able to try them out yourself if you decide to buy them in my Amazon shop. And you'll be able to see the colors that are there. So let's get started on the painting. Okay, let's start off with the sky. And let's just put in a light sky. We're going to have a sky and some trees and stuff back there. And the I may put the horizon line a little over halfway, just a little bit over halfway. So I will just use a bit of blue just to get that little horizon line there. So just, you can also use tape if you like, but you don't need to today because it doesn't have to be exactly straight. So I'm going to take some of my blue. This is Ultramarine blue. I'm going to take a little bit of my red. And I'm going to add white. Brighten it up nice and bright. That's a pretty color, isn't it? Almost a purplish color. Isn't that pretty? Those paints are gorgeous. Look how smooth they are. They're really creamy. Very nice. So we'll put that on there and we'll make, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to put it on and leave some holes so that we can leave some clouds. So that'll make it easier for you to make clouds. So just leave some holes, okay? So just put on some sky color and just leave some openings. All right. Good. I'm just laying it on and it goes on nice and smooth. Nice. So I'm leaving openings, as you can see. As you see, have the colors there. I would also like to show you how to make a little bit of magic white, just to, in case you want to make your paints go even smoother, all right? And so I'm just going to squeeze out a bunch of white paint, and I'm going to put in some of my, so I got some paint in here. I'm not making much, I don't need much. I'm only going to put a little bit on the top here. And I'm going to put some blending gel. Just about half of the white, okay, half. And then I'm going to use their palette knife, Salvador palette knife, which I really like because it's got that nice round top on it. I used these in another painting, so you'll be able to see better what I used. So I'm just going to take out a scoop of that. So that's probably the same amount as the white paint, okay? And then I'm just going to mix it up. And that will be your magic white, okay? So I have a link below to some recipes that I have to help you with your acrylics to keep them wet longer and to make them blend your paints more smoothly and stay wet longer. So this is great for that. Alright, so we don't need a lot because we want to use in the top half of your paint. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that up here. I'm just going to mix it in with the paints that I already did. That's fine. You can do that. See? Nice. I'm going to put some on the bottom. I still have some blue paint on my brush. That's okay. So you can do anything you want. Alright, see, there we go. Now with the magic white, see how that's even smoother again. I left some openings in the center there. So we'll have our sky. Alright. Really nice. Really nice paints to work with, I must say. Pretty colors too. All right. Good. See how it blends nicely and it stays separated. So I'm keeping those openings there. Make sure there's lots of white. I'm trying to make a nice bright sky here today. So that's nice. I don't need to do much more with it. Might just add a little more white to the center parts there than I wanted to make the clouds. I'll probably add some more clouds later, you know. So I just want to get that much done so that I can start adding. But look, it's it's not a really dark. You can see some color, but you can't see a lot. But if you want to be able to see a little bit of shadow up here, you can do that too. Or you can add a little more color if you want. You can add a little more color. If you want to add more color, just add more paint to your brush and bring in some more color. Alright. I know it's a nice bright sky. That's all I want. So you decide what you want. See? Pretty. I just want to add some trees in the background here. So just some bushy trees, really bushy trees. So I'm going to use some of these greens. This is a sap green, really nice dark green. I'm going to add a little bit of that lighter color green into it. And maybe some of this yellow ochre. I'm not mixing it, as you can see. I'm just tapping into each other, and you can see all the paint is separated. And that's the way I want it. Okay. So we'll just tap with the bristle brush, okay? This is only just a size 12 bristle, so you need bristle brushes. Look, just tap gently and you'll get all these gorgeous, look, tree shapes, look. Oh, nice. And look at those colors, aren't they gorgeous? Nice, look at that. See, I'm tapping into it, but you see the colors are separated, see? And that will help you get your 3 values all at one time. And I'm not tapping very hard, as you can see. I'm letting some of the background come through. We won't even have to do very much with those trees. Once we get that done, as we're doing it now, that can stay. That can stay just as it is. And try to leave some holes, because I think it looks nice. Do you? Isn't that nice? Pretty. So if you run out of paint, just put your sap green in, and add a lighter green in, and some nice darker colors there now. That's nice too. That's nice too for contrast. Look at that. That's a happy accident, see? Oh, I love what this brush is doing. Nice. Let's have some higher ones and some lower ones. Very nice. A bit higher up here. I really like it. I like it a lot. So as we go over here, we're going to go higher. Look at those gorgeous trees. Aren't they beautiful? This, the colors are gorgeous. Love those colors, the greens. That sap green is really nice because it's so dark. It's so hard to get a really good dark green. And that other green, that's beautiful too. That's just called a yellowish green. Now that will be with the set, so this is all in one set. So that's your dark sap green, yellowish green, and yellow ochre. Alright. I'm going to get these a little higher. I'm just tapping, and that And I'm not tapping really hard because I don't want to get big old, don't want to get big old lumps of paint. Put too much on there, you'll get too much, right? But look how pretty it's coming out. Beautiful colors. Wow, I really like that. Just adjust anything that you want to. Alright. One little more. You want to add a little bit of yellow color to it. Try some of your yellow ochre. Just add a little bit of color. Try not to tap too hard or you'll end up destroying what you already did. You're just laying these colors on top of what you already did, so don't push too hard, alright? Maybe we should add some of these lighter yellows. How's that? Maybe a little bit mixed in with that to brighten up a small bit. Not too much. I really don't want to destroy it on you. We don't have to do very much with these, but just like to add a little color. Tapping here and there. I don't want to destroy what I already did, so I really like that yellow ochre though. Yellow ochre and that yellow, brighter yellow looks really nice. But the yellow ochre is really, their yellow ochre is really pretty. Look at that. I like that. Maybe a little more yellow ochre. Really like their yellow ochre. Nice. Nice. Isn't that nice? It's pretty, isn't it? This is the Salvador brush. So, some of the brushes have their own identity, if you notice. Like this one has a brown with a black tip, see? So some brushes have different markings on them, so you'll know the brands, right? Like this one here just has the one color, right? Just the one color. And some of them have, you know, different tops. So I don't know if there's any other ones out there like with this type of colors. But that's the Salvador, right? So I want to use this for marking out. I'm just going to use my blue paint again. I'm going to use my Sap Green this time. I just want to draw out, I don't know, maybe we have a little river or something. I don't know if I should have a path or a river. I'm not really sure. What would be nice, I wonder? Let's see. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe this could be, I'm not really sure. Let's see. Trying to think. I don't know. So what we'll do is, first of all, we'll have this as grass. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little house here somewhere. We're going to put a little house to enhance it. So I'll do that again so you can see it. So I just brought my line over here. So draw out, even if you want a path there, you don't have to have the water if you don't want to. And just draw out these lines just so you'll know where you're going with your composition, okay? Composition. There we go. So we'll say that for now. Not sure, but I'm going to try that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some grass here and here, just to get that much done. So you have to do it in steps. And for my grass, I'm going to use my, let's see, I'm going to use, I want to try, let's try, fan brush. We can always change it. This is the Salvador fan brush. It's nice and big. Alright. I'm just going to put the paint on there. I'm using Sap Green, using those greens that I put out. Doing the same thing, kind of going into the three of them. And I'm thinking maybe I'll just put it on like this. I want it a bit lighter than that, so I'm going to use some of my Sap Green and my, what else have I got there? Yellow ochre. We'll put on smooth. Now you can use a flat brush. I'm just trying different brushes because I got these and I want to try them out to see how they. I already tried them in another painting and I love them, so, but I still want to use them again. So here we go. Paint is very nice. It's easy to work with. I find it's nice and creamy, you know. Nice and creamy and good coverage too. Really nice coverage, good colors, vibrant colors, beautiful. Alright, so get that nice and bright now after we put this coat on. So I just want to get the colors on first. This is how I do my paintings. I'll get my colors and my shapes first, and then I do all my details on top of what I already did. Now you can do it whatever way you want. You might want to do one section at a time. Sometimes I do that too. I'll perfect the sky and I'll perfect everything and do all of the details and everything on one section, and then I'll move on to something else. And sometimes I'll work all around the canvas. You know. Sometimes I'll put in small details before the end of it. So you work whatever way you're comfortable. Alright. So just filling this in with some green paint. Sap Green and some that lemon green, yellowish green is called. Alright, nice color, isn't it? Alright, let me get some more paint. So let's finish this with some Sap Green, some of that lighter green, and some of this yellow ochre. I didn't mix them all together, look. I didn't mix them all together. So I'm getting all my values. I get like 3 values by not mixing them completely. But I still have I still have work to do. The trees worked out pretty good because we got almost all the values we needed in a couple of little strokes. All right. Nice. Very nice. Really like this color. Look at that. You can even do it that way. You can even do that. Look at that. The fan brush is nice and big, see? See that? I want some dark down there though. I want it nice and dark down there because I'm going to be adding highlights on top. When you're adding highlights on it, you want to make sure you have lots of dark. Good. Good. It's okay you're out there. That's okay. Nice. Now so now I'm going to see if I can make some highlights on top of what we just did. I'm going to go with the lighter yellow. Let's see what that one is called. That one is called Primary Yellow. And I have Naples Yellow Deep. Very nice. Very nice. What do we got here? I'm not sure. A-Z-O, yellow lemon? Yellow lemon. Alright, so to get a kind of a grassy look, you can just tap on with your fan brush. See? Tap on like this. And that will give you a grassy look. See how it looks grassy? And you can wait for the underpainting to dry, or you can put it on top. It'll just mix together, that's all. And then when it all dries, you can add even brighter highlights. See? That's nice. That gives you a really nice grassy look to your painting. So let's make it really bright on top here. Let's go with that really bright color. See, and you can put lighter colors on top already, but like I say, you're better off waiting for the paint to dry before you put too many light colors on top. But let's just continue on putting some grass on here with our fan brush. Looks nice. Try to do it so you can see me. Just tap it on there. Try and keep my hand out of the way. So all you gotta do is use the top of your brush like that. Just touch, 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 touch. Tap, 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 tap. Okay? If you don't want to use a fan brush, then use a bristle brush. I'll show you now what I'm talking about. Okay? Just want to get some of this on for you just so you can see that grassy look. And then you can bring in, what you can do then if you don't want to use a fan brush, you can use your bristle brush and then go back in after and add some grassy areas on top of that. Alright, see how nice that's coming out though? Just by doing that. You can also push up like that too if you want. Push up like that. See? That gives you even more grassy area. Look, see that? So you touch and push up. Not push up that way, but push in. I should say push in. Or push down. Once you get used to your fan brush, then you can figure out ways to use it to your advantage. Some people don't like fan brushes. Not sure why, but I think it's just a matter of getting used to them, that's all. But I'll show you now. See how nice and grassy looking that is though? Isn't that pretty? So just get out of... so just take your bristle, okay? You have a bristle brush. And put your paint on there. Just tap into it. All those beautiful colors. And then just tap, tap, tap. Use the chiseled edge of your, use the bristles, the top of your bristles, okay? Whatever colors you want. And that gives you a nice grass too, see? I think it looks pretty so far. So I'm going to go back to my fan brush because I'm finding the fan brush really doing it good. So, oh, that was a synthetic, Salvador synthetic, but I also have a, I believe this is Dollar and Rowney. This is a Bristol fan brush. So I want to show you different brushes you can use, okay? So I'm going to try my lighter colors. I'm just mixing those colors together, kind of just tapping into them. I don't want to blend them completely. And see the darks underneath here? They look really nice, don't they? So I'm just tapping away. Now the Bristol works really good with grass also. So it depends on how you get used to what you prefer and what you get used to. I really like the fan brush for grass, I must say. Bristol and the other one is Salvador. They both work really good. As we get down here, we want to keep it dark. Just for this painting. Some paintings you can have it really light. I might add a few flowers or something down here. But look how nice it is. Isn't that nice? You can even touch and pull up some higher grasses if you want, or do this one again. I'm going out to the water there now. Push up, push up, push up. See how it looks like grass though? Push down too. You can also take your brush and push in, and see the bristles will go up, see? So either way, you can push the bristles down or you can push them up. You push them up. You can see it better there. Just threw some color on there so you can see it. Okay, good. So I'm just adding some brighter greens and yellows. Just using the top. I'm using the top of my fan brush right now, but you can do that. See? I like trying different things. I want to leave some of that dark down there. I'm going to add some more. I really like that orangey color and the yellow ochre. I really like that. See, because that gives some color. See how it gives a color? Look at that. Push, 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 push. Tap, 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 tap. Push, push. Try different things just to see what will happen. You got nothing to lose. You'll be fine. You got nothing to lose. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? A little bit of extra effort, see? It's a little bit of extra effort. Now here we go to Sap Green. Let's go with the Sap Green on our brush. Pull it out so that you can get some Sap Green on there. And put it on the edge here. Make that nice dark edge. And then pull up some grass. Like that. See? Tap, pull up. Tap. That's Sap Green. I love the dark Sap Green. Sometimes you get paints that they say they're Sap Green, but they're too light. Like that. That's nice. So I had to add black to the green, which is fine. Okay. Add Sap Green. And down here is the same. Just put on some of Sap Green and pull up some grass. This paint is really nice and thick. So now I'm going to change to the sky color that we did with a flat brush. Get that sky color so we can put it into the water. Okay. Very nice. So I'm just going to add that nice sky color. Then we can start cleaning up the edges. It's okay for the green to go out in there. It's okay. Not to worry. So I'm using more white than I am anything else, because the darker colors of ultramarine blue can get too dark, so you don't want that to happen. We're just using a little bit of red, a little bit of blue, get that purplish look, and then white. Stay horizontal. The paint is still wet, so it's going into our water, which is fine. It's okay. I'm trying to get some of that shadow color into the water, okay? So I'll just pick up some of the, if it dried on you, that's okay. You can always add shadows after. Stay horizontal. As we get down further, we go a little darker. Get some of your ultramarine blue. Start moving it down here. Add a little bit of red. Make it darker. Good. Some blue and white. Some white. Mix in with the rest of the colors. See, I'm just adding the white and mixing in with it. I'm not really, I don't mix a lot on my palette. See, I just kind of pick up colors and put them on, and then put them on the canvas. Sometimes I'll mix them a little bit, and then, so you get all these separated colors. See? Isn't that nice? Now you're going to need more white. I'm still going horizontal. As you can see, everything is horizontal. Nice. Nice. I'm going to put some Sap Green down here to really darken it. Look at that. That really makes it green dark, doesn't it? So you can mix your colors without making mud. Some white. So just go back and forth with your colors. Nice and dark down there with a bit of highlight. And some shadow color with your burnt, with your Sap Green. Bring some of your shadow color out here. Try to stay horizontal. That's probably going to be a little tricky. Just use the chiseled edge of your knife. Isn't that pretty? Probably will put a little edge here. Good. I think I will lighten up some green. Some green. Lighten it up. And probably add some reflections in the water. Let's see, maybe I'll do it this way. Yeah, I'll just drag it over a little bit. That's better. So long as we get some reflections. So ultramarine blue and green make a nice dark reflection. Bring out some of those a little bit further out into the water, just little skinny ones. Try to stay horizontal. Good. So let's take a long liner brush and we will use, so wet it and then go through your burnt umber and some burnt sienna, and we'll put some little, as if there's some branch. You know what I might do? I might take some white on one side and the burnt umber there, and that way I'll be able to see them better. So we can put in some, no, maybe not. Let's just put in, see how I try to experiment while I'm doing it with you. So I'm just trying to put in some branches and twigs in between those trees. Burnt umber, bit of black if you have to. I was going to go with the burnt sienna, but I think we're okay with the burnt umber. Add a little bit of water to your brush just to get the water flowing. See, it's dripping a little bit. Once you go into your paint, you're okay. It's a really nice brush for, look, for getting those nice long liner brush from Salvador. Isn't that nice? Really nice. Works really well. So, you know, I'd rather show you how things work. See, that's my fault, but you can fix that. So you have to be very, very light on the touch in order to get that really nice thin line. You have to imagine where those little trunks are. Trunks and branches. Gives it more of a realistic look to your painting. Depends on what effect you're looking for too, right? Some people will just put the bushes there and they're happy with that. So you can scatter them. You don't have to have them, you know, sort of put them in between the trees. Like they're hidden. Like they're hidden in the trees. See how that makes it more like trees now instead of just bushes? Isn't that nice? You like that? So you just branch off. Try to make little tiny ones if you can. Cool. I don't want to overdo it. I like that. That's nice. Now the water, you need to go horizontal. As you can see, I kind of went a little bit where I'm standing to the side. I didn't realize it. It looks like it's going down that way. But you really need to go really horizontal in order to get that nice. It has to go up more, like more horizontal, see? I'm just going to throw on some of this. Just see if I can get it starting to come together better there. Now you can add white on top of it just to smooth it out. So I'm trying to get that nice horizontal look. I don't want it to look like it's, you know, that's a bit better. Get it. The straighter you can get it to go across, the straighter it would look. Same when you're doing a path. If you can get nice and horizontal going this way, then your path won't look like it's falling down. You know what I mean? So you can put some dark on it and put some white on top of it, and that will help you get those colors, the shadows and the lights going in there. Just go back and forth. So that's a bit better, isn't it? A little more straighter. If you lose some of your darks, just put them back in. See? Starting to look straighter. Some of that sap green in there because I don't like that too blue. Trying to get reflections from the grasses and the trees. Alrighty then. Put a little bit of black, blue, and green on the edge here to make sure it's nice and dark. We don't want to lose that edge. Alrighty then. Just kind of playing around with it. Just playing around. Using the same flat brush. Alright. Let's take some burnt umber. Let's make a tree. Let's make a tree. Let's make a tree. I don't know. Here. Just make a little line. And then pull up. Touch and pull up. Fill up your brush with more paint. Burnt umber, burnt sienna mixed together is good. Those dark colors. Let's go right to the top. That paint underneath is still a bit wet. Ooh. Just keep adding your paint. Right to the sky. Up to the sky. Good. Nice big old tree. We'll take some branches out. On the chiseled edge, touch and pull out. On the chiseled edge, you can get that nice thin branch. If you want it thicker, just go back over it again. Push, 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 and lift, lift, lift. Might need more paint. See where I have some of that magic white on? It's probably still a bit wet, so you could use a hairdryer to dry it if you need to do that. But you can also put a second coat on when that dries, or you can dry it with a hairdryer. And you can take a branch out of there. Take some branches out. Nice big old branches. Woo! Chisel your brush. These brushes make their chiseled edge nice. See, keeps the chiseled edge, which is nice. And let's see. I'm trying to decide how big to make that branch. Am I making it too big? I think I am. Might have to add another tree. Oh boy. Oh boy. Another branch out here. Another branch out here. Boy, oh boy, that's a big old branch, isn't it? I probably should use a smaller brush for these little ones. That's what I'll do. I'll switch to a liner brush. That's what I'll do. Look. My long liner brush. So I can get a, there we go, that's nice. Really like this liner brush, it works so well. It's got that nice skinny top on it, see? Just look. Look how tiny they are. Maybe I should get you closer. Just watch. Come off the branch and look. Amazing. That's pretty cool, hey? I like it. looks really nice. I'm going to, for some of the leaves on the tree, I think I'm going to use I have my name on it just so I'll know which ones I'm talking about myself, but these are just called chip brushes. I got them in my Amazon shop too. See how everything opens up nicely? These are bristle, but look at the bristles, how they open up. That's a 1-inch, right? So I'm going to use that because it makes it so much easier than doing them individually with one brush. So I'm just going to go into my Sap Green. I'm going to go into my Sap Green and I'm going to go into, I love this yellow ochre and maybe some of that lighter color, that light yellow color. Yeah, I love the colors. So I'm just going to tap on, see? So I'm just going to tap on some of those and it makes them look more individual. Spreads them out more, right? So that way you don't have to do it individually if you don't want a lot of, you probably don't want a lot of, see, that's enough. That's plenty, isn't it? Right, that's plenty. You don't want no more than that. I should leave that alone now. But no, you know me now. I got to poke and pick. So, it's adding a little bit more. I don't know why, but there we go. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. But that's nice, isn't it? Because it doesn't interfere with the rest. So I really like that yellow ochre color, so I'm going to add a little more of that yellow ochre too, with a little bit of the brighter yellow to some more of these trees because I love that color. Gives it a little extra punch, right? Just on the tops. It's like it's not interfering too much with the colors that I already have there. Just kind of enhancing them a little bit. I like it right there in that. I won't add too much there because I might come back and add some more later. I'm just going to Alright, I better leave it alone or I'm going to mess it up. Take out your fan brush or your flat brush and get some dark green, sap green. Alright, and we're going to add a little bit of a shadow around our tree. So, we'll say light is coming in. But see, I'm trying to decide now where light comes in because that decides for my shadow. So let's see. The light could come in from the left and hit over here, and that's why there's a bit of shadow off the bank there, we could say, right? Get a bit of shadow here going on here. That looks nice, doesn't it? Nice. You could add a little bit of burnt ultramarine blue to that green, if you sap green, if you want to make it even darker, or you can add burnt umber to it. Whatever color you add is going to darken up for you. You make that shadow whatever way you want, because it's your decision and how you want your shadows. And if you want to add a little more shadows in the grass, you can do that too. Contrast. Makes everything jump out at you, doesn't it? A bit of contrast. See how everything starts to jump out when you do that? When you add that little bit of contrast. So let's add go into some nice bright yellow. And start adding a few of these long grasses. So go into your brightest yellow. Add some white so it'll brighten up for you. Maybe there's some here too. Paint is still a bit wet, so. Make sure you get some water so you can get it to move. I'm pushing a little bit too hard. Like I say, that's a bit of practice you got to do. And even with practice, sometimes your hand just does what it wants, doesn't it? Just does whatever it wants. It's like, I don't want to do that. I want to do what I want to do. I'm going to add a bit of red to that, and I think to start adding a bit of color. There we go. Nice and bright up here. You know what I find about these colors? I find they're not fading as much as some of the other acrylics. They're keeping their brightness, they're keeping their intensity. You notice that? Like some of the other acrylics that I use sometimes, they just fade, and I have to, you know, relayer and put color over them so I can get them bright and keep their color. But I find they really hold their color really nice, I must say. All right, now, so let's just add some leaves. I'm just going to use this brush. It's an angular brush. You can use a flat. All right, just going into my yellow, ochre, and green. Maybe a bit of yellow. I think I'm going to brighten it up too, because... And I'm just going to touch and pull back. It's really nice leaves. Just some leaves. Just so you can have some leaves here for flowers. Touch and pull. Just touch, actually. Your brush will make that shape for you. You just got to get the color on properly. Right? You put the color on, so you just touch. Look. Touch, 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 touch. But I'm just going into some light yellow and some different colors, probably a bit of orange or something like that. And I'm putting some of these leaves here. Touch. I'm going to see if I can get a few more of those nice long stems, maybe for a few flowers. So take the same brush and put some red on that brush, the tip. You can use whatever brush you want, depending on what kind of flowers you want. So if you want some, add some red flowers, you can just tap, 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 tap. I'm trying to get some color here now, right? So we'll go with some color. Add some white. Get some different color flowers there. Pretty flowers. Just touch, push in, push, push. If you push in, that will give you like shapes, like shape. Oh. If you want different colors, you can go into some yellow. You can add white to it so it'll brighten it up. See? If you come up here like this, it'll make it look like they're tall or something, you know? Now, got little white ones back here, you know, just little flowers. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Can also have some, maybe we could have a little tree or something over here and have some little white flowers or something. So, what I want to do is, you can have a little tree over there, maybe, I don't know. I'd like to have a little house or something here. Might be nice, or here. What do you think? What do you think would be nice, I wonder? If there was a house, it probably would have a little path coming down through here instead of sitting here. Maybe over here, because that will... The composition is a big tree here, and if you put a house in the middle, it might kind of throw it off a little bit. I'm not sure, but I'm going to put a house over there. So I need to let that dry. Actually, that little river has to come from somewhere, right? So I'm going to have to make a little opening or something there for that river, because you can't leave it like that, because it'll be like, that don't make sense. See, your painting has to make sense. So you have to take that little river, bring it back, I'm thinking bring it back here somewhere, off the canvas, because it has to make some sense. So I'm just going to pick up some blue and try to make some sense of it all. There's a little river coming down here or something. Comes into here, so we'll have to see, that makes more sense, right? So it could be coming down to a little falling over or something. You know, maybe it's a little falls, falling down, little falls. Not much of one, just something that's coming down and into the river. See, that makes more sense now, doesn't it? Hmm? Yeah. What we can do with that house? I want to put a house there, but I don't know where to put it. So the river's here. I guess, I don't know. I don't know. So I just want to make a suggestion to you. When you buy these smaller tubes of paint, because white is the one that you're going to use the most, and these are nice, these are really titanium white. If I were you, I would buy the bigger, just regular white paint that you can buy, and it's a little cheaper. So what you can do is use the regular white paint for your basic painting, and then when you want to put your highlights on, or you want some really bright spots, use your titanium for smaller details, because no matter where you buy titanium white, it's more expensive, and white is what you use the most. So I would say save your titanium white for your highest highlights, your brightest highlights, and your smaller details. So that's a little tip for you to save you some money. I'm going to add a few little bushes down here. You can see I did have a little house there, but I didn't like it, so I just covered it up for now, and I'll put another one in so we can do it together. I just want to add some little bushes or something down here to fill in this space here, just to give it a little bit of a, just something going on here, right? Because there's a space there. So just a little bit of my yellow ochre and a brighter yellow, and just put that together and kind of make these cute little bushes here, just to fill in that bottom space there. I'm going to try to put a little house here. Get some of those bushes back in there. I love that color. Make some a little bit higher than others, you know. Just little bushes. You can put whatever you want in your painting. You know, that gives it a little bit of an oomph, a little bit of color, a little bit. Just going to add a little bit of grass here on this edge. That river is going back there, so it's okay to have a bit of grass on the edge here. Brighten up that area a little bit. We'll put some grass coming up. Maybe we'll use a fan brush, and that will help us make some of those grasses that we have there. Just probably get a small fan brush, some green on it, and probably a little bit of white to brighten it up a little bit. And then you can tap on the edge here. Pull up a little bit of grass. Tap it there. That's what I like about the fan brush. You can tap on your grass. Eh? You need some more white so you can see it. Just trying to brighten up that area a little bit, but yet know that there is a river behind there. Coming in from there, but give it a little bit of taps of lighter grass here like this with the fan brush. See how that gives it that grassy look though? I love it. Tap, tap, pull up. Tap, tap, pull up. I'm just trying to brighten it up so you can see it, because I know it's hard to see sometimes. So I'm trying to brighten up this area up here. Because remember I said the sun is coming in from the left, so if it's coming in from the left, then you're going to want the sun to hit off certain spots. Probably would grab the end of that really at the brightest edge, wouldn't it? I'm trying to leave some of my darker shadows there too. I don't want to destroy everything by getting carried away as I usually do. But doesn't that look nice now? Trying to capture a little bit of really brightness on the edge there. Isn't that nice? It certainly brightens it up, doesn't it? Over here is going to be a little shadowier because that's where, because the sun is coming in from the left, so it's not going to be quite as bright over here, right? So we won't, but it will be bright over here. So find some spots in your painting where you think the sun might fall and might hit, right? And if you do that, if you put some highlights here and there where you think the light is, that really makes your painting really nice, stand out. All these little light parts coming out with the darks still there, you know. If you put lights everywhere, then it won't stand out as nice, you know what I mean? Like these little bright spots here and there. Now if I could just get a nice little house there, just some kind of a little house. I'm thinking maybe a little fence. I'm not sure. I'm just sort of playing along as I go along, and I got to straighten this out. This is tormenting me because I'm finding it's like going down this way because I didn't go horizontal enough. I need to come up, right? I need to go straight across, right straight across. You can see I came down a bit. So I'm trying to show you the things that can happen even